How's it going, everyone? This is my hello, and this is a bonus video because I failed to talk about this topic matter in parts 13 and 14, and that is pretty much my thoughts on the Undyne battle. So in the meantime, on screen I'm going to be showing off the NPCs you can talk to in Snowdin, and maybe in Snowdin Village if I get there, since, like I said before, once you finish battling Papyrus, you can talk with NPCs in Snowdin, and most of them are enemies you previously fought. And the same rule applies to Waterfall, as I said last time. So, Undyne. Let me say that the Undyne battle is so cool. It's so tense. Like, remember that one part where Undyne is standing on top of that rock? She looked just like Magus from Chrono Trigger. Magus would totally stand on that rock as a badass.
Come on!
I mean, that's the thing. Undyne is a total badass. And I'm actually going to say this right now. We haven't seen every character in Undertale yet, and we have yet to see some fan favorites in Undertale. But guess what? Undyne is most likely my favorite character in Undertale. Although, two of the reasons why I really like Undyne, we will not be able to see in the pacifist run. Now, the battle is really cool. The tense music, both Nga and Spear of Justice. The fact that, well, here's the thing. I like the battle, but I feel like the battle doesn't really fit in very well with the narrative of the pacifist run. Because in the pacifist run, we made sure not to harm anyone since we don't want to harm anyone. We want to treat each monster as an individual, since that's what they are. Individuals with their own stories and lives. Not just some cannon fodder we can just harm recklessly. So, we were never a threat to monsters, yet Undyne believes so. Now, she does say that there is some sort of reason since she's been more or less trained to treat any human as a threat, and her main objective is to kill humans for King Asgore, since she needs, or the monsters need, the 7th human soul in order to break through the barrier so that they can be free from the underground. I mean, throughout Waterfall, we got to appreciate how the monsters have been oppressed by humans, and they've been oppressed both by being banished to the underground, and oppressed by the fact that humans are stronger than they are. So in some sense it makes sense, but like, the motive, Undyne's motive of, well, fighting for the hopes and dreams of every monster, it just doesn't really fit in with the narrative of the pacifist run where we're trying to be friends with everyone. I don't know, I feel like her speech and everything really fits in well with a neutral run. And really, the Undyne fight is completely appropriate for the neutral run, where, to the pacifist run, the whole point of the Undyne fight is to run away from the fight. It's as if Undyne is some sort of, batshit crazy woman. Although, some of the craziness is pretty much why I like Undyne. Some of the craziness, but I guess in the narrative of the pacifist run, she's a crazy lady who wants to fight, but you have to run away since you want to keep peace. So, but the narrative of that isn't as good as, I'm using narrative a lot. Like in a neutral run, if you actually decide to fight and kill Undyne in a neutral run, the narrative makes sense. You're both fighting for different reasons, and she's fighting to, stop you, because in a neutral run, there's a possibility that you may have killed someone, and it's kind of related to a thing I mentioned last video, but Undyne really hates it if you killed anybody. Like, if you killed anyone prior to the Undyne fight. Well, it depends. If you killed any of her dog warriors, she will mention them by name, trying to guilt you over the fact that you killed them. If you killed Shiren, she will talk about Shiren, trying to make you feel guilty. If you killed Papyrus in the neutral run, she will be extra, well, pissed, but also very depressed. And that is actually what I read in my very first playthrough of Undertale, because my very first playthrough of Undertale was a neutral run, where I thought I was doing a genocide run, so I was actually killing everybody without fulfilling the requirements for a genocide run. But she says that if you kill Papyrus, she notices that Papyrus is dead because whenever she calls him, he always picks up, no matter what. And the fact that Papyrus didn't attend any of the required meetings meant that she knew what happened to him. So, yeah. If you do decide to run away from the battle in a neutral run, even though you might have killed somebody, I mentioned that she will not want to be friends with you because you killed anybody. So, she really takes the whole fighting for the peace of monsters seriously. So I feel that that makes a lot of sense in a neutral run where, maybe you might have killed people and you might want to kill more people. So, speaking of a neutral run, one of the reasons why I really like Undyne is because of her death in the neutral run. It's horrifying and depressing. It really sticks to you. It has a huge impact. My very first playthrough of Undertale was a neutral run. I did not finish my neutral run because I decided to start over. When did I decide to start over? After I had killed Undyne. By then, I did not want to press any further. My hands were bloodied enough. They could have been bloodier. But I just didn't have the will to move on. Not after seeing Undyne's death. If you want to see something disturbing, watch Undyne Death Neutral Run. Just type it into the YouTube search bar. It is a very emotional scene. Now, another reason why I like Undyne is because of what happens in a genocide run. I'm not going to talk about it, but it is very special. So, I don't know. So why do I really like Undyne? Her craziness is fun. She's a very interesting character. But it's also her willpower. She just has that willpower to fight for anything. To fight for what is right. She is the opposite of selfish. She truly believes in what she fights for. She is a hero. And that's how I'm going to close this off. Undyne is a hero. We may not have been able to appreciate it as much in a pacifist run, but she is a hero. Alright, thank you for watching. I don't know if part 15 will be uploaded this week or next week, mostly because I've been kind of behind since I've been busy, so part 15 kind of starts a new chapter in Undertale, but yeah, so come on! We'll see. So part 15 may come out either like tomorrow or Monday. Probably Monday, so if it's Monday, don't be disappointed. But sorry. But have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye.